Cougars, Miss Englander here with your Monday motivation. Today we are going to talk about how to build your own self-discipline. And I know many of you have already started working on this because we have been doing a lot of self-discipline when it comes to learning at home. And so this really applies to you and how you can build more of that and practice your self-discipline when you are at home learning remotely. So first of all, what is self-discipline? Well, self-discipline is leaning into resistance. So taking action in spite of how you're actually feeling. Doing those things that you don't want to do, but you know you absolutely have to do them because they will lead you to success or happiness or wealth. For example, I didn't want to do my reading for my meeting tomorrow, but I did it because I know that if I didn't do it, I wouldn't be successful with my discussions tomorrow. That is self-discipline. Okay? A lot of you don't want to do your homework, right? Or your practice work. But you do it anyways because you know that if you don't do it, you'll feel bad. And you know that the good outweighs the bad in the future. It'll end up leading to success or happiness in the future. So we're doing these things despite not wanting to do them. Okay, so they're habits. There's actions that we do because we know that we will feel better because we do them. So how do we do these things when, what are some things that we can do to build our self-discipline when we're feeling kind of low and down and we're just I'm kind of over this right now? Well, let's start with I've got 5 tips for you. Okay, so 5 tips that I found. 1, set big, hairy, giant, huge goals. Okay, these huge, giant goals help us build self-discipline because even if you fail at this big, giant, huge goal, you are still doing something and you've kind of moved towards completing part of the goal. So you have self-discipline because you're working towards something in that goal. Even if you failed at it, you haven't given up on yourself. So you're moving towards completing something. And so taking those steps to do it is actually helping you build your self-discipline. Okay. Thought number 2, build tiny habits. So tiny habits are things that are easy for us to do, like maybe doing 1 push-up. So maybe you don't want to do any push-ups at all, but you can do 1. Or drinking 1 glass of water. Or eating 1 portion of fruits and vegetables. Those are things that we don't want to do, but we know that if we do them, they're better for us because they will lead to happiness or health or wealth or success. And the more that we do them, the better we'll feel because of them. And we can do more of them because we're building our self-discipline. Okay? So these little teeny tiny behaviors help us to change our overall behavior. So maybe in school, you don't want to talk in the Google Meet. So maybe you start by doing a response when it's all the class. So maybe when the teacher says, okay, I want to hear from everybody, you unmute and you say it at the same time as everyone. That way your voice is unmasked. That's a teeny tiny step to help you reach your goal of being able to speak out on your own. Or maybe you start by typing in the chat. That's a good way to start. You're not even hearing your voice. You're just typing in the chat, and that's helping you lead to participation. celebrate your small wins. So like people who are self-disciplined, they celebrate like crazy when they win. Even if it's like a small, teeny tiny win, you're going to celebrate. So doing that one push-up, yeah, that's right. Celebrate that thing. Give yourself a celebration emoji. You know how much I love that emoji. Yep, celebrate it. Okay, but always celebrate. Celebrating is really important because you need to give yourself credit for the things that you are doing. Sometimes it's hard to wake up when you don't want to, or it's hard to go to a class that you really don't want to, or do the homework that you really don't want to do. Celebrate yourself for doing those things because you know that it's going to lead to success in the future. So, I don't know, reward yourself with extra video game time, or reward yourself with your favorite show, or if you're somebody who bakes, with a cookie. Everybody loves cookies, right? Okay, choose power words. That's another strategy that they suggest is to choose a power word, like the word focus. So like say that you are going to be like maybe you're really super distracted and you catch yourself being distracted because maybe you're like clicking your pen. I know I'm a pen clicker. And you just catch yourself and you just whisper to yourself, focus. Oh, I can focus. That's easy. That's a power word. Or maybe you're like stepping out into stepping into your Google Meet and you're like, okay, I can do this. I know that's like a couple more words, but maybe you just need to give yourself like a little pep talk. Or maybe you're going to take your quiz and you're like, confidence. I have confidence. I've practiced. I've studied. I can do this. Confidence. Even though maybe deep down inside you're super nervous, tell yourself confidence. So speak those power words to yourself. And number 5, okay, so tip number 5, they said, is to remove roadblocks. So everybody has roadblocks. We all have roadblocks and temptations, things that like get in our way for things that we don't want to do. Like, for example, the snooze button. Yep. Like when you don't want to get out of bed in the morning and you just hit that snooze button. Yeah, that snooze button right there is a roadblock. Don't hit it. Don't give in to temptation. So a strategy would be, if I'm going to wake up at 6 o'clock, then I'm not going to hit the snooze button. If I do, then I don't get to do X, Y, or Z. So give yourself like a little punishment for it, you know? Or give yourself like a way to overcome the temptation. So like if I'm taking my quiz and I feel tempted to surf the internet or like to go on a separate tab, then I'm going to go onto a different browser. Or maybe you know that you're going to be writing your essay. So I know that I'm tempted or I get distracted really easy when I'm writing an essay. So instead of writing it by myself, I'm going to go and sit in another room where somebody can like tell me to focus. So give yourself some strategies that will help you to build your self-discipline. Know those weaknesses and remove those temptations or those roadblocks so that you don't feel defeated. Because self-discipline helps us to feel successful. And when you feel successful, you feel better. And feeling better helps you to want to do more with yourself. So, Cougars, we know that distance learning is challenging. We know it is. It's challenging for teachers too. It's challenging for us to make our lessons, and it's challenging for us to try to reach you each individually online. It's not ideal, but you know what? We can't change the circumstances that have been handed to us, but we can control the way that we respond to these circumstances. And so that is part of our self-discipline. And so having these strategies are really, really important. And if you need help, reach out and ask for help. That is why we are here. Part of that self-discipline, right? Removing those roadblocks. I need help. Ask for the help. That's why you have teachers who care about you, who want you to be successful. Building those tiny habits. I need help today. All right, Cougars, I hope you had an awesome Monday. And as always, this week you are going to rock it and make it a great day the Cougar way.